and welcome back to Socialized Living. My name is Sosha, and today I'll be showing you how I blow-dried, flat-ironed, and trimmed my hair. I'm starting off with freshly washed, deep conditioned, and detangled hair. The only product I'll be using is a Pro Vitamin leave-in conditioner that's also heat protectant. Working in small sections, I apply a generous amount of the product to my hair, then I use a round brush to apply tension to blow dry. I'm turning the concentrator nozzle on an angle so that it's parallel to the section I'm working on when I reach the back of my head. I'm holding the hair so that it's taut, which helps to straighten it as it dries, but not so much that I'm pulling my hair out of my scalp. Thoroughly dry in all directions, starting at the root and working down the length of the hair. Do note that I'm angling the concentrator nozzle downward so that the flow of air is going in the same direction as the cuticles of the hair. This is especially important for me because I have high porosity hair, which means that my cuticles are open or raised. Applying heat further opens the cuticles, so using this technique helps me to avoid frizz. Don't try to force the brush through the length of your wet curly hair. Instead, allow it to tell you when to move down the length. As it dries, it will start to naturally loosen and glide through the bristles. Once you reach the ends of your hair and you feel no more tension, continuously roll the brush until it's thoroughly dry and smooth. Go over any spots you may have missed or feel aren't straight enough. Repeat the same process throughout your whole head, aiming to get it as straight as possible at this stage. It took about an hour and 15 minutes to dry my whole head. I took a little break because my sister needed to shower, and in the time it took me to set up my tripod, my hair had absorbed all the moisture in the air and left me with this big frizz ball. The thing with high porosity hair is that it receives and releases moisture at an alarmingly fast rate, so I was able to tame it with the flat iron. However, it wasn't as polished as it could be. Working in super small sections, I slowly passed the flat iron down the length of my hair. I am using the chase method, which is where you use a fine-tooth comb to first detangle the hair while you pass the flat iron. So it's not just crushing tangled hair, but rather capturing it at its straightest point. I do try to do just one pass. However, sometimes the ends require just a little bit more work. By the way, I'm only using about 380 to 390 degrees heat. I've come to realize that my hair does not require a lot of heat to straighten, so going any higher than that might potentially cause some damage to where I wouldn't be able to revert back to my natural curl pattern. I'm repeating the same process throughout my whole head, and this takes about an hour. I'm especially careful with the hair towards the front of my head. The curl pattern here tends to be a lot looser than the rest. Not to mention it's the area that's most exposed to the elements, so I lower the heat even more before I straighten this section. There was a time when I didn't know how to take care of my natural hair, and so I'd wear it straight throughout the whole winter and wear it in a bun in the summer months. And when I recognized that the hair at the front of my head was a lot looser, the curl pattern was a lot looser, I thought it was because of heat damage. I came to realize, after a period of consistently cutting my hair until I regrew a full head of virgin hair, that I have 4 different curl patterns, and the hair in this section was not looser due to over manipulation or heat, but it was just the way it naturally grew. So I made peace with it and just had to do some extra scrunching in that area when I wear a wash and go. Here I've changed into a lighter shirt because I couldn't really see with the pattern on my previous shirt if there are any areas of breakage or thinning or split ends. So since it looked pretty good, I'm going to go through and do a light trim just to get rid of some of those single strand knots. I'd been wearing pigtails and a bonnet throughout the bulk of quarantine since I didn't have anywhere to go, so it makes sense that I wouldn't have any breakage or split ends. However, the bane of my existence, single strand knots, were still present, and those tend to make the ends of your hair feel very rough. Here I noticed that the ends on the right side were a lot longer than the ones on the left side. So I'm just trying to match them up so that they appear to be even. My hair is very temperamental at times. The right side grows faster than the left side, but the left side is denser than the right side. It's just very silly. Then I'm going through my whole head to make sure there's no visible difference between the lengths. And we are done. This is what we have after 8 days of wearing it straight. It was raining, so my ends are a little frizzy. They're a lot frizzy, actually. But I don't really care. My hair's pretty fine. I don't like this straight anyways, because I'll look like I have 2 strands of hair on my head, and I don't like that. So I don't mind volume. I do this once every 6 months. I basically straighten it to check the state of my hair. I can see if there's any mechanical damage and to trim the ends. It's hard to tell when you have damage, when your hair's curly. Well, I lied. You can kind of tell. It usually takes a long time to detangle my hair as is, but when I have split it gets a lot more tangled and matted, especially at the nape. I get a lot of single strand knots, and it tends to make your ends feel very rough. So that's also what I'm looking for to cut out. This time when I straightened my hair, there wasn't very much damage, so I literally just went through. I didn't shape it, I just trimmed all the ends. To maintain it, I just put it in a ponytail when I go to bed, and that's about it. If it gets wet, you know, in the shower, because that's inevitable, around the perimeters of my hair, I'll go in with my round brush and blow dryer. If my edges start to get unruly, I use this hair wax stick in this area that tends to stick out anytime it meets moisture. See the straight hair again in about 6 months. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and also click on the bell icon so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. See you in the next one. Bye.